Hi everyone. Hi Mom. Okay, this is my first design team project and it is I'm designing for Amy Joy on Etsy. I will put her link in the description box below this video, and her YouTube name is hapachickcreative. It's all one word, and I will also put the link to that. And this journal set is called Journals of Jane Set 2. She gave me both, but I started with Set 2. This measures 8 by 6, and I've made the journal 8.5 by 6.5. I've used a 1-inch ring using my cinch to bind it. The cover, the hard cover here, is a box from work. It had chocolate covered graham cookies in it. So yeah, it doesn't smell like cookies though. And I Mod Podged the front and back cover inside and outside. I think I did the inside of the back cover as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go through exactly what I used. If I can, grab things for you to show you, then I will. So to start with, we have this really, really pretty doily. This is what the doily looked like. These were given to me by my mother-in-law, so they're gorgeous. And I sprayed it using turquoise blue Tattered Angels. I did water it down. I'm switching all of mine to little bottles. Those get plugged so bad. And one of the women that I know on YouTube, she sent me a few of these bottles, and in the meantime I've bought more from eBay. So like I said, I watered it down to get a lighter turquoise. Let's see now. I inked it all using the Ranger's Archival ink. That's the potting soil. I really like that color. Metal that I've glued on using E6000. The gold here that you see that's very textured, I hope that's showing as real textured, is Frontage. Now Frontage is similar to embossing powder in that you melt it just like you do embossing powder, but you can see it's chunkier. So it's actually an enamel. It's a little different, but you get this really cool effect. Mine, I used a mix. There's a little bit of blue and some shimmer. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about. And then I went over it with just the gold because I wanted it more chunky around the edges. This trim here is this stuff, and this is, I believe, Hobby Lobby. I think that's where you get this brand from. Comes in all different colors, and this is from Irene, who's Crafty Irina on YouTube. The back is just simply Mod Podged. Okay, so then what I did was I collaged a whole bunch of different types of doilies that I have. Some I sprayed, some I tea stained, and I put them all on with decoupage. And this is what I used here, Art Lines, and that's from Michaels. This is done with the on the edge die. This one's called Plaque and Postage. It's a Tim Holtz. And it comes with 2 different edges on there. I know you can't really see that, but one is sort of a bumpy, and then one is this plaque. So now, as far as the tags, these tags here that come with the kit, I made them smaller. So I did that by, when I went into my print menu, I simply made them smaller in the print menu and then just printed them out. This one here I did use Yes Paste, which comes in this big bottle, and it's really thick paste. It works really great for not wrinkling and for keeping things flat. Works really great for that. What else can I tell you? Just a bunch of scraps that I've used for trims, added trims. The paper that I've used to print the kit on, it's a 37-pound paperweight that I got at redriver.com, and it's like a photo paper, but when you get it, it feels like a thick printer paper, but it's actually a photo quality paper, and it's the bright white in the matte finish, so for inkjet printers. Okay, lots of tabs. They're all different colors. They're just scraps from papers that I've had hanging around. I did print on the other side with my lines, and I take the image, flip it over, put it back in, and then print the lines on the other side. Okay, this doily is done with alcohol ink, and there's gold, and I think it's called Pool, the blue color. This one I've just printed out on a cream colored cardstock from Michaels. I believe it's a 60-pound weight or a 65-pound weight. This die here is this one, and it's a Spellbinders die. It's just done on a piece of paper, and then I use the frontage again. All my papers have been tea dyed, and then also bought the journaling library cards. And when they come two that are attached. You fold them in half, and that's where I use the Yes paste, and you get a nice flat, really well covered piece of paper. So this is the original size that the tags print out. They print out the length of the actual pages. And so I did them both ways, so I could have, you know, two different kinds. I used a lot of washi in the book. Don't know where it's from because they never put the name on those. And just wanted to create, you know, more journaling spaces. A paper clip I'd done quite a long time ago. Another one of the tags. Now this is just book paper that I've sprayed with the Glimmer Mist in the turquoise again. This here, the little swirl, is Cheery Lynn Design. That's the name of the die. And what I did was I cut it out of this napkin that I had shown when I had done the decal, kind of like a decal. So you can, you know, use it in your dies, and it cuts real nice. It's very thin, hard to work with, but gave it kind of a nice look. These flowers are this one here, Tattered Florals, and they are also the Tim Holtz. This paper here is from this scrapbook. I just got it at the dollar store. And it's just kind of a yellowy paper, which is why I wanted to use it. And when I tore it, I left that part in because I thought that looked kind of cool. Some leftover little bit of trim that I had there and there. This actually was a gift from someone, but I honestly don't remember who it was from. But thank you, because I love it. I love the color. Another layered doily. So that's like the same, this doily here, only I just cut part of it and then adhered it to the book page that I had sprayed up. These little postcards are from a paper line. I don't remember. I think it's DCWV. This is the findings. Now that comes like this. Hardware findings, sorry. With the key and the lock and then the hardware. And okay, so this is how I used my decal. So everybody's wanting to see what I was going to do with it. Well, I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but this is what I did with it. I took a glassine bag and I inked it all up using the archival ink. Not all of it, just around the edges. And then the lip here, I did in the brown. And then I just decoupaged it right on. I just wrapped it around. And it sticks really well because it's already, you know, done with like a gel medium. And then these index cards, some of them I stamped faded out, and some of them I did, well, you'll see, as an edge. Added a gold paper clip for this, which is just a trim. I'm not even sure. I think I got it at my local craft store. This flower I made using the Teresa Collins Vintage. And here's another way that I used the napkin. That's the other one I did. And it comes in 4 like that. And I wrapped one around a coin envelope. And I pounced gold on the bird with gold alcohol ink. And then inside is a little tag. Okay. I love the peacock feather in this one. Okay, this is just a piece of book paper that I inked up with Distress inks, and then I stenciled over it using the Ranger's transparent paste, and I think that turned out really great. I think first I inked it in the vintage photo, I believe, and then put it back. Well, yeah, just left it on there, and then I filled it over, so it looks like I stamped it in shiny stuff, but I didn't. And then a little trim that I just used a paintbrush, and I painted a little bit of turquoise on the bottom of the trim. This is from these DCWV photo mats that somebody had gifted to me. Probably Irene. And there's another flip. Okay, so this guy is, hang on, let me find him. Here it is. This is the dragonfly. And it comes with a texture plate, so like a embossing folder. So you cut them out, then you stick it in the folder, and then you run it through. And then you get the texture. So I've done this out of a coffee filter. I used Distress stains to get the color, and then I used frontage on top of it again. This frame is the ornate frame, I think it's called. Yeah, ornate frame. Another Tim Holtz. So I cut it out twice, once in the brown, once in the book paper. I took the center, I drew around it with a pencil on a piece of brown paper, this brown paper actually, cut that out so it was bigger than the center, glued this part onto the brown, and then glued it to the back of this so it was solid. Because when you cut it out, it cuts out center. And I didn't want that. Another library card. And then on this side is the feather. And that one comes with 2 styles of feather. I used this one. It also comes with the embossing folder. And then I cut it out of manila, and then I just used frontage on it. Just a scrap piece of lace I had hanging around, little bingo cards, another doily that I had also alcohol inked, and then another library card. Isn't that pretty? Love that. I love the fact that this kit is all different colors. It's not just one kind of theme. I did personally add a lot of the turquoise in there because I happen to like turquoise. So, but you know, there's, as you can see, there's all different kinds of colors. Okay, this is the weathered clock. Another Tim Holtz. Gee, do we have a theme going here? Kind of like Tim Holtz. So this clock was cut out of packaging from a stencil that I bought from Prima, and it looked like burlap, and I didn't want cream because then it would kind of fade, so I just used alcohol ink and rubbed it over top of it, and then I pounced a little bit more gold on the actual hands so they stood out a little bit more. Then I inked it up in the archival ink. Yeah. This one here, you can see the embossed rose from my tray that I put in the oven. And this one is fairly new. I just got this one not long ago, and it is called, oh, it must have it on the side. Tea Time is what it's called. Isn't that cute? So they all come separate. There's 4 different dies. I know you can't see them because I haven't outlined those yet. For the tea. So the first one I did stack, again with the packaging, again with the alcohol ink. And then there's another cute little library card. I just kind of thought it went real nice with that page. Just a die cut I had hanging around. I basically kind of sat here and just reached for everything. And if it was within reach, I tried to put it in the book. And that's how this book came together. Okay, so my paper bags, which I really like, I didn't want another bag because I have a lot of tuck spots and I didn't think it was necessary. So I thought, well, I want to get the bag in, but the bag's quite a bit longer than the actual book. And I was going to fold it up and use it as a tuck and then have the bag. But I decided to cut it open, create a pocket on the inside, as well as a writing spot. So you can actually write right inside the bag. And then you can see how I did those index cards. Added the trim after I sprayed them with the Tattered Angels. This one I just added a little trim. Isn't that beautiful color? That's like a periwinkle. It's a beautiful color. I love the images that she's included in this kit. And the pop of color, like it's just very vibrant and yet still has that vintage feel, which is something I love. Okay, this one is that other part of the frame that I cut out of the book paper. I didn't want to throw it out, so I sprayed it up. And this one is called, I know you can't really see it, but it's called, it's a Tattered Angels. The name escapes me. Hearts out of just leftover sparkle paper. That's going to bug me because I know the name and it's just not coming. Water Slide. There you go. That's what it's called. Okay. Not much on these pages. I didn't stamp because all the pages are fairly thin, so it would show bleed right through, and I didn't want to add any more stuff to the pages because I wanted lots of journaling space. There's the teacup again, and this time I ran it through the Swiss Dots embossing folder made by Cuttlebug. This I did a little bit of frontage on that. I did tea stain it. I think I tea stained that. No, that's no, that's done with Lindy's, and that one's Steampunk Sepia is the name of that one. But I did back it on a piece of designer paper because I like the color, and then it wouldn't rip. And then I stamped out, there's one thing that I've stamped. Didn't do too much stamping. And then again, another index card. Oh, and I added the second hinge. I had cut two of them out, so yeah. Added a piece of the doily because I had a piece, I folded up that one, so I had a piece there, so I thought I would just cut off a piece from a leftover and sprayed it up. And then I think this is the last, I think there's 4 of these. And then I added this one again because I really love that one. And then another part of that doily, I did Mod Podge this because I Mod Podged the butterfly that I fussy cut out of the leftover piece. And then this is just a booklet that I glued a piece of metal to. And it's just leftover paper. I sewed them together down the center on my sewing machine. And this was just leftover from another project that it didn't fit. Wouldn't go in the project. So I used it here. And down here I've added on both sides a reinforcer. So I cut it, the loop open, and slid it underneath and glued it on. Just because this part here where you curl it behind, it was wearing the paper and I didn't want it to tear the bottom part, so I just put the one in because that's the one that would actually get the most wear and tear, and then that's the one I used on the back. So I didn't Mod Podge this particular one. You can write this book belongs to, that's probably why I didn't Mod Podge it. So that's my project. It was a lot of fun and it came together pretty quick. The kit was really easy to work with, prints out beautifully, and like I said, I love the size. It's a really, really nice size, and I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. I'm very, very happy with it, and it's really, like, it's rock solid hard, probably because there's like mega loads of Mod Podge on there. But tell me what you think. Thumbs up if you like it, and thank you so much, Amy Joy, for asking me to be a guest designer for your shop, and I'm looking forward to next month's project. So in the meantime, I will start on something else and hopefully share that with you real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.